How's it going, everyone? This is where I insert the obvious. My name is Luxeley. I'm in Arathi Basin playing my Boomkin and deciding to switch things up. I'm going radical. I'm going to mines instead of lumber mill. I always go lumber mill. This time I'm going mines. I very rarely go stables because then you get some guy like, oh, you cap stables, you got to sit there and you got to watch it, you got to be the babysitter, you know. And hey, I command a lot of money to babysit per hour, so no, I'm not going to babysit stables. So I'm following the crowd. I'm being a conformist, and that's not exactly a bad idea in a battleground. Of course, if you're going on the offensive, then you kind of want to hit the nodes where the enemy team just doesn't feel like going there because it has cooties. And let me know in the comments your thoughts on that. Should you hit a node where they're heavily populated, or should you hit a node where they're not exactly populated? I think the best approach in this scenario is to hit a node where they are heavily populated and then kind of send a reconnaissance team, a couple of stealthies to a node where they're not. This way they're going to be focused. Okay, there's trouble at this node. We got to back this node up. And maybe they make the mistake of pulling resources from that underrepresented node. Let me know in the comments if you have any tips or tricks to capture a node in Arathi Basin, even Eye of the Storm, any of those capture the node scenarios. Would always be interested in hearing it. Leave it in the comments, let me know. But it looks like we got a firm hold on farm, so we have a supply of pumpkins coming to us. Lots of pumpkin pie, even though it's kind of out of season. But I like pumpkin spice ice cream, pumpkin spice coffee, some of my favorites. And we're coming into the fall season, so pumpkin's going to be really cool. So I'm very, very happy that we're going to capture farm, although I'm being a bit optimistic here because we still don't have it. The Horde are still infiltrating and defending this base rather hard, and this is the perfect situation now. There's a lot of commotion at farm, and it looks like I'm going to be one of the last people standing here. Yeah, I'm in serious trouble. It's like bear form 911. 911. 911. They're going to take me out on a stretcher. I'm going to need a Undertaker soon. So that is my one and only time that I die. So now I'm helping out at stables. Dead Druid. Gonna hit the DK, who we got some distance on him. Now he's popping AMS, so I'm gonna back off a little bit, give myself some space. He's fighting on the floor. Looks like a blood DK as I see some whirling bones. At least that's what I think they are. But ooh, big hit. He's down now. Big hit, yeah. Okay, so we've alleviated the problem here at stables. Let me know in the comments. I keep always asking this. What's one of your favorite battlegrounds out there? And I'm even curious to know if you guys are even still subscribed to WoW, because I constantly see in the comment section people saying, hey, Lux, I'm not subscribed to WoW. I haven't played in 2 weeks. I haven't played in 2 months. Whatever, 2 years, but I watch your videos, and that's a huge, huge compliment, and I thank you guys for that. That really says a lot to me, that people aren't playing the game and they still watch my videos, and I'm just curious, so leave it in the comments, because I've noticed, I mean, I even was just looking at Bajir's channel just recently, and he's not getting a lot of views on his PvP videos. Now, no one can argue with his success with streaming, and even that lack of views on his PvP videos isn't reflective of him. The point I'm trying to make here is that I'm seeing views down across the board for PvP in general, PvP videos. Videos which, historically speaking, have done extraordinarily well for me on my channel, given that it's a small channel, but percentage-wise, as far as a percentage number of subs that actually watch a video, my older PvP videos really were just going well beyond what my sub base was. But that's not necessarily the case anymore. And I'm starting to notice this, and I'm going to talk about some changes that are going to be going on my channel a little bit later. But first of all, I want to call this action, see, as the Horde is piecemealing their way here to farm, which really is just a waste of resources. You don't want to drip and drab your way to a node. You want to attack it 3, 4 at a time, because if you're just going to be the one guy who's riding in solo, you know, unless you're in a 1v1, and usually those aren't what they seem to be. There's usually some kind of stealth person at the base as well, especially if it's an empty base. A lot of times there's a stealthy there, and it's not as lick your lips right for the taking as you might think it might be. That's just me speaking from experience. Let me know what your experience is. Leave it in the comments. But we're defending a pretty good job here at farm. I'm putting a lot of distance between myself. I'm basically operating at max distance. Matter of fact, I'm even out of range on some of my spells. The only spell that's really hitting here is just me extending the yardage on Starfall, because Starfall, it's like the inner part of the ring is where that 40-yard range hits. So the outer part of the ring is going to extend a little bit beyond those 40 yards. And that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a really good job on my Boomkin in this particular video of playing at max distance. I mean, what happened earlier at farm, which was a disaster, and I seem to like farm because I'm really into the pumpkins here. As you can see, the pumpkins are growing. But sticking at max range. Now, I think one way of solving this issue, because the Legion is a heavily melee favored X-Pack in general, and I think one of the ways of solving this, because if you start taking away some of those gap closers, or you start taking away some of those snares that melee have, then the favor's going to reverse in the other direction, which isn't good for the game either. So I think what you might really have to start doing is revisiting the range that casters have. Maybe you keep the CC range the same because it gives people an opportunity to interrupt it and counter it. But when it comes to damage, maybe you increase that range by another 10 yards, 50 yards. Because right now, you get slowed playing certain classes. Now, Boomkin, not as bad. You could shapeshift out of the slows. It's not as bad. Mages certainly don't even fall into this equation. But when you're talking about Warlocks, you're talking about LA Shaman, you're talking about Shadow Priest, you're even talking about Hunters to some extent because they don't have as much mobility because they have to hardcast some of the big hitting abilities that they have. You are in a bit of you have a bit of a problem. And I think that all these additions that have gone into the game over the years kind of have changed the play style of the game to the point that you got to start to ask these questions and re-entertain them. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that maybe the range on spells might be a good solution? Increasing it to 50 yards might be, not all spells. I'm not talking CC, I'm not talking healing, because you want to give that opportunity to interrupt that. I'm talking about damaging spells. Because like I said, you don't want to cut back on all those snares that melee have too much, or gap closers, because then it's going to heavily shift to caster favor. I'm for what's fair, and I'm for what's balanced in the game, and this is not fair, and this is not balanced, and this is one of the many reasons why PvP participation is down, and why you're not seeing as many people watching PvP videos on YouTube, or even tuning into Twitch live streams as much as they have in the past. So let me know your thoughts. Keep saying it, but I do want to know your thoughts. I'm the kind of guy that, hey, if you guys could take a minute or two and watch one of my videos, I could take a few seconds and respond to your comments. So I do respond to comments in spite of the fact that I'm approaching 10,000 subs. And I'm almost amazed that I've stuck at farm this entire Battleground. It's almost like I have a low jack on, and if I leave farm, I'm gonna like explode into like thousands of Boomkin feathers all over the map. Now I'm placing maximum distance again. Starfall. See, they nerfed Starfall quite a bit. This is, I think, right when they nerfed it is when I recorded this. Now it's Death Grip, and I'm stunned, and I'm just going to hit a Starfall because I can cast on the move when I hit that, and I get away. Displacer Beast, get away. Now I'm putting so much distance. I'm like heading over to another zip code, almost another map. I'm almost in the hinterlands at this point. It's just like, okay, it's a little too much distance. But you can never have too much distance. You really can't. I mean, if that's a DK, so he's not as mobile as a DK and a Paladin here. So they're not as mobile as, say, a Windwalker Monk or a Fury Warrior who could catch up to me without a problem. Obviously, Demon Hunter fits into that equation as well. But Paladins, DKs, they're not quite as mobile. Not at all. Certainly not. Most definitely DKs are not particularly mobile. So we're in pretty good shape. We've been dominating them here. We got close to about a 300-point lead. Now I'm finally leaving farm because I got bored there, and I have to head over to, finally, to my favorite place. They called out for help. They sent out the 911, and it just looks like it's a Druid and a Warrior. Warrior's going to be going down. Got some dots on him, and it's thanks for playing, Mr. Warrior. And problem is alleviated. He's jumping up and down and joyful. He's all happy. Looks like a hunter. Is that a hunter or a... I don't know if that was Wen the tiger or that was a spirit beast. I think it was Zen the tiger. So he might be a monk. Uh-oh. You see, quick turnaround, come back up to lumber mill. Oh, the pet's still around, so maybe it is a hunter. I don't know. I think it's monk. Luxley knows the difference between a hunter and a monk. You know, a lot of people don't understand this, and I've seen guys like Swifty, Bajira, and even Cartoons. My God, Cartoons gets a lot of things wrong when he's calling the action. And it's kind of hard in the moment. You're thinking of something entertaining and engaging to say. You're trying to call the action and blah, 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 blah. And all these things are hitting you from different angles. So sometimes on the cusp, you got to throw it out there really quick and you get it wrong. And I got it wrong, so don't kill me. Don't crucify me. It happens. I still deserve a like on the video, so leave a like on the video. It does help me out. So I was talking about some possible changes on my channel. It's not like content's going to go away. If anything, I want to step up the content by 2-3-fold. I'm just kind of waiting a little bit till September on that, just simply because August and July, terrible months for YouTube, and I don't want to start playing all the big hands that I have, but I have a lot of new stuff coming out. One of the things that I'm definitely going to be getting into is Guild Wars 2 again, new X-Pack coming in September, and I want to try a few different things with World of Warcraft as well, so I'll leave that up to surprise, but I really want to step up the content by 2 or 3-fold. My goal is to have 1,000 videos uploaded on my channel by December 31st, 2017. Is that possible? It's very, very hot. It's a high goal, but I'm shooting for the stars here. But if I'm lucky, maybe I'll land in the penthouse. That's going to be hard to do because I just have a little bit over 600 views. 600 views. Maybe that's all I have on my channel. 600 videos uploaded on my channel, a little bit over. Now, I've uploaded a lot more. There have been a lot of transmog videos I've redone, a lot of videos that were just not getting any kind of views whatsoever after being uploaded for a couple of years and just deleted them. So I have deleted some older content. I haven't done that recently, but I have done it. Back at farm again. I just love farm. I don't know what it is. I'm just addicted to farm. Maybe it's the farm animals, who knows. So I want to step up the production quite a bit. Guild Wars 2's got a new X-Pack coming out. We're going to do a video on some of the new features and new things that are coming into that, and some interesting new stuff with WoW. So stay tuned, be subscribed, and most importantly, whatever it is by you guys, morning or afternoon or even night, make it epic.